Hello and welcome to our channel. I'm Danielle.
And I'm Stephanie.
And together we clean homes for free.
Today's video is a home that we did a couple of months ago. And so I am in the video. And no, we are not wearing masks. But as you will know from last week's video, that is something we will be doing going forward. At least me. Anyway.
I was going to say, well, in the last one I cleaned just yesterday, I wasn't wearing a mask. But it wasn't like contamination. It was quite an easy one.
It was just an elderly person's house.
I'm trying to find the words.
So we are currently sitting in Danielle's bedroom and she is doing her makeup, getting ready to go out. So if she sounds distracted or
you hear clinking and clonking,
it's just Danielle doing her makeup and she's got everything laid out ready to do it while we're chatting. We have a very busy day today. Danielle's going out for her partner's birthday and my kids are going to a photo shoot. So I've been running around all morning. But yeah, so interestingly, the resident of this property that we're cleaning used to be an addiction worker, and he would work with people with different addictions. But actually, he is an alcoholic who has unfortunately fallen off the wagon, as they say just now. And that's why his house has kind of gotten into a little bit of disrepair. And I think, Danielle, you were saying that it often is the case that
addicts or ex-addicts help addicts. That's why, so I don't know if it's in this country, but America, you'll get your sponsors and usually they are recovered addicts themselves.
I was just going to say, you don't really get ex-addicts. You're always just in recovery.
Yeah. I don't know if it's an understanding thing or if people feel more comfortable with it, but it usually is the case that you will have a recovering addict that will help an addict, even if it's not through certain channels, like even if it's just a friend or someone they know.
Yeah.
And you'll always find that kind of recovering addicts are really willing to help people that are where they were before they recovered.
Because they can empathise.
Yeah.
They know exactly what it's like to be in that position and
know that they're not choosing to be in that position as well.
Yeah, and they're living proof, that you can get out of that position.
Yeah.
So that's the resident of this home. And what you don't see in the video, because I didn't actually record it, was before Danielle arrived and we started doing this kitchen, I had already bagged up a lot of rubbish out of the other two rooms. And again, we worked with trash converters who came and who came and basically cleared out those two rooms for the resident. So by the time Danielle arrived, I was just done. I was so done for the day. So you see me spending 20 minutes cleaning the fridge, and then Danielle does a lot in this kitchen, and it doesn't look like I do a lot, and it's because I don't do a lot in here.
You were already.
I was burned out. Yeah, I had out of steam. However, right at this section, that sink started making Danielle rich, and so she ran outside to get some fresh air, and the good friend that I am, without even being asked, I just emptied the sink and sprayed the fairy up liquid to get rid of the smell for her, and she didn't even ask me. I just did it out of the goodness.
She's trying to get brownie points because I saved her life.
I know. And I did this before you saved my life. But yeah, I'm taking all the brownie points I can get.
Do you know, I did actually come back in and I was like, oh, you've done it for me.
Yeah. But I also didn't clean it. I just put the product on and spread it around to try and get rid of the smell, because I thought, you might be annoyed if I cleaned it because you were looking forward to cleaning it.
It wasn't even the smell for me, to be honest. What made me get like that was I wasn't expecting it to be so squelchy in my hands, and it was that for me. Usually I'm right, okay, I know how this is going to be and I work myself up to it and I'm fine. But because I didn't do that, I was like, nope, I'm not feeling this today.
Yeah, this was one of those cleans that when we were there, we were just kind of we were not at 100% energy. We were just both, we're just, it's not it today. And usually one of us is like that and the other one's okay, you've got this, and they'll make up.
We
were both just not,
not
we both
today.
did not have 100%, yeah. But we did it, we cracked on. We were actually supposed to be doing 2 cleans on this day, which we never normally do, But because we were working with trash converters, we kind of accidentally double booked ourselves. So the plan was to do this clean in the morning and then go to the next clean. And I think because we knew that there was going to be a whole other clean after this, that just contributed to the feeling of feeling burnt out. We actually didn't end up going to the other clean. We did reschedule, and I think that was the one that you were just at, Danielle, this week.
Oh, right, okay.
That person that you went to this week was the one that we
Rescheduled
rescheduled from that day.
So it was.
Yeah. So that this clean wasn't a couple of months ago then. It must have been about a month ago.
Yeah. A few weeks.
A few weeks, a month. Time has no concept.
Not when you're cleaning.
Yeah. So anyway, so while Danielle was kind of doing all of the... Oh, that was it. Your back was really sore that day. So you couldn't do the bending or the reaching.
Yeah.
So you were doing everything at hip level. So that...
And you were doing...
Yeah. So then I was doing all of the high cupboard fronts, low cupboard fronts, the fridge. You kind of just left the fridge for me because it was so
satisfying.
Yeah.
I know, like, you like the satisfying bits, so I like to leave them for you.
Yeah. So that was it. So you couldn't really bend, and that was the other contributing factor to not going to that other clean.
Yeah.
Because I think by the time we'd done a couple of hours in this house,
I think also we didn't realise how much, like, we thought it was going to be mainly like a removal and then a quick...
Yeah, we had not seen pictures of the kitchen or the bathroom, and we actually do need to go back to this house at some point. He has asked if we could go back because we cleared out those 2 bedrooms and we cleaned this kitchen, but the bathroom is just as needing a clean like this. And I'm not sure about the living room, but he has asked us to do the living room, so it possibly is the same. Another interesting thing about this guy was that... What are you looking at me like that for?
I'm like, are you going to mention what I think you're going to mention?
I think so. You're about to find out. So this guy is in a long distance relationship with a woman abroad. And apparently, for all you ladies out there who might be interested in this, there is a dating site where you can just get with Scottish men.
If that's what you're after.
Yeah, if you're into the Scottish accent and you want to be able to come over here and get lucky, there's a Scottish dating app apparently. And so he was on this and he met this woman from abroad, and all of his friends and even myself, I was like, just be careful that she's not taking advantage and just trying to get a visa and all the stuff that you say, because this woman could be a perfectly nice woman who really is just into Scottish guys. But also, it could be like a mail order bride. You just don't know. And I felt like I had to warn him, but apparently all his friends have.
My first thought was, has she asked you for money? That was the first thing I would have asked him. I never got to meet him, but...
Well, no, because apparently she is actually a lawyer in her country and has a lot of money herself. And she wants to come to him because he had mentioned about, seeing her soon. And I was like, oh, are you paying for her to come over here? Just kind of fishing and making sure he's like, because he's a vulnerable individual right now. Just making sure he was okay. And he was like, no, she's coming, but I can't have her come here with the house looking like this. And so, he's perfectly happy. He seems to have done his due diligence, if that's the word.
Yep.
But I just felt like, it's none of my business, but...
You feel like you have to say something sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just have to be careful when you're dating online. But yeah, if you're into Scottish guys, check out whatever. I don't even know what it's called. I'm like promoting this dating app that I have no idea what the name is. But
check it out. It's somewhere. Type in somewhere. Scottish guys dating app. It might come up.
There might even be Scottish women on there if anybody likes, Danielle's accent. You're Scottish.
Yeah, if you like this, I'm not on it, unfortunately, for yous, but you might find someone else.
So I had to cut quite a lot of this footage actually, because when you were cleaning the windowsill, your back was basically in front of the camera, so a lot of that got cut out, and then same with a few of the bunkers that you were cleaning.
It wasn't that satisfying anyway.
Well, the only bit that was satisfying was there was a lot of dead flies. But they weren't fruit flies. They were just actual flies.
Blue balls. Is that what they're called?
They are,
Blue balls.
They used to scare me when I was a kid because, they're really big, right? And they buzz just like a bee. And so you'd hear the buzzing and you'd be like, is it a bee? Is it a wasp? Is it a blue bottle?
I once got told that
You'll need
someone
to speak up a bit, I think.
I once got told that someone I know liked to put them inside their mouth and feel like the buzzing inside their mouth.
Why?
Like I don't know. But how horrible is that? And that stuck with me. I don't know who it was that told me. I don't know
like
who.
Something out of a horror movie.
I can't remember who they were talking about. But that's just stuck in my head for my whole life.
That person's a psychopath.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. I know somebody who is, I don't know, I think they're neurodivergent. They've never explicitly said it, but they have traits. And one of their quirks is that they actually can't cope with the buzz. And it's not misophonia, phobia, whatever that is, because it's like they've been going to the same barber for like their whole life, because he just knows like how he reacts. Like if you go buzzing near his head, he like flinches. And like I used to work with him, and I was once walking along, and like it was in the summer, and there was a bee, and he like took a whole like meltdown. It was a thing.
That is intense.
Yeah. Imagine if it's that scary to go and get your hair cut.
I feel sorry for people that have to live like that and have to like live their life a certain way, like going to the same barber. What if the barber shut down?
I know.
What if he was like, do you know what, I don't want to do this anymore, I want to become a bin man, or I don't know.
It reminds me of Sheldon from The Big Bang Theory, because does his barber not like have a folder about him or something like that? Am I thinking of a different show?
Do you know what, you're probably right, and I probably just haven't seen that episode, or I've fallen asleep. I like to turn my TV on when I'm going to sleep and fall asleep with a noise, so then I wake up and I've missed like 3 episodes or something, but I never go back and watch.
So I think we have had this conversation, because my husband does the same, and then often he'll fall asleep before me, and this show is on, and then the next night he'll put it back to where he was, and I'm like, I've watched these same 2 episodes for like a week now.
Yeah, I don't. I just continue, and I fill in the bits. I'm like, okay, I get what's happening here.
So I kind of tried to splice the video a little bit so that you would see parts of Danielle cleaning, and then you'll see me cleaning, and then it goes back to Danielle. But I mean, we didn't do everything in this kitchen. We didn't do the dishes. You know, we are so sick of dishes. We're just, if we were to spend all of our time doing the dishes, there'd be a lot that doesn't get done. This was the fridge. I've sped this up to twice the speed of the rest of the video because I spent so long cleaning it. I kept stopping to talk to people, and it just wasn't very good to watch, but I also didn't want to cut any of it out because I spent so long cleaning it. So I just sped it up a little bit for you guys.
But the end result was very satisfying.
It was. But do you know what's really annoying, right? So when we were cleaning this house, I was so excited. All of the cabinets are a white high gloss, and they were all really dirty. And so when I cleaned them, the transformation was amazing. And I was really looking forward to it, doing the video, and then I started editing, and I was like, you cannot see.
Can you not see it?
No, it's. I wish you guys could see what we see. And this is using the new S23 camera or whatever it is, but it just doesn't show up as well. Also, you'll have noticed the light just changed. That's because Danielle seems to like to work in the dark until I put the light on. I was like cleaning this fridge, and I was like, it's awfully dark in here, and I put the light on. I was like, wow, that's such a difference.
I do that even in my own house, and like Dan comes in and he's like, why is it so dark in here? I'm like, I don't know, I don't feel like it's dark enough to put the light on yet.
Well, it definitely is, especially if you're cleaning. So yeah, so that was me just putting the light on. So I had just done that fridge, doing the usual, you know, I put the product on, spread it around, scrub it, and then wash it off. And one thing that we were talking about when we were doing this was the underneath of the cupboards. So I was telling Danielle that we'd gotten a comment about doing the underside of the doors, which I always do. I don't know why we actually got that comment. They mustn't have seen me do it, but I always do the underside. But what we don't always do is the actual underside of the cupboard itself. Like, so when I'm saying underside of the cupboard door, I mean like the bottom ridge.
The bottom of the door?
Yeah, the bottom of the door. But we don't always do the underside of the cupboard itself. But I was saying, you know, I've started realising that somewhere that needs cleaned and starting doing that, even in my own house, especially around where the cooker is, because they always get really greasy and stuff.
I cleaned on top of my cupboards last night.
Oh.
Which is something I don't ever really
so
do that
apparently
often.
if you, once you've cleaned on top of them, put a sheet, like a, greaseproof paper, put that down on top, and then in future all the dirt and grease and dust will settle on that, and then you just replace the paper.
See? Full of information.
I don't actually do that myself. It's just a tip I give to other people that I've seen other people giving. So we were just really doing surface cleaning in this kitchen, and that tends to be what we do a lot. We've had questions like, why haven't you done inside the fridge or the cooker or in the cupboards? We only have a limited amount of time, and I think in this property I was there for maybe an hour and a half before Danielle arrived, and then we were there for maybe 2 hours after that. But really that's still like 5-6 hours work altogether with two of us, and that's not even counting trash converters coming in and clearing those rooms. So we just do what we can, and often it will just be surface cleaning that we're doing, because that's when everything's messy, just cleaning the surfaces, that's less overwhelming for the resident to then now that that's all done, they can be like, okay, now I can sort that cupboard out, or now I can clean out my fridge. It's just breaking tasks down into more manageable things and tackling the things that make the biggest visual and mental difference.
And can I just say, like, it's becoming quite apparent because I'm never really there at the start. I'm not late, guys. Just letting you know, I do something in the morning with my daughter. And before our cleaning day was a Friday. It was a Wednesday or something.
Well, it was a Wednesday, and then it was a Thursday, and then it was a Friday.
So before it became a Friday, I'd done this every Friday, and it's just not something I want to give up.
And I wouldn't ask you to.
So I don't deliberately leave Steph on her own on Friday morning.
And to be honest, once we actually go back to doing because obviously I'm not doing any cleans right now, but I'm actually not allowed to do any solo cleans, so I probably won't be going to these houses before Danielle, going forward.
To be honest, with the one I done yesterday, obviously it wasn't that we'll say bad, but I think I was there for just under 4 hours, and I still managed to get a really good clean in the kitchen and bathroom.
Yeah, so you guys should see this video next week, the one that Danielle's talking about right now.
2 of us for 4 hours, I think that's enough time.
Yeah, it just depends on the house really, and what you're doing. But often, we are in these houses from anywhere from 2-3 hours to
6 hours. I think it's been our longest, is it not?
I don't know. How many hours is it from 10 till 5? Because I've done 10 till 5:30.
7.
So I think 7.5.
7 to 8.
Yeah. So I think that's maybe my longest. But that was the house that I did for the guy with ADHD. The one that was just really overwhelming.
Yeah.
I was in there a long time, but I did stop and have lunch and things like that. So it didn't feel that long. And to be honest, I would have kept going, but I think Pete had something on that I needed to be back for. I can't actually remember. You can kind of see the difference here from the cupboard that I've cleaned,
from the left to the
and
right,
then the one that I haven't. But it still isn't showing up as good as when I was doing it. Oh yeah. So I'm going to ask first, what was the most satisfying thing about this clean, and what was the worst?
Should have thought about this already. So the most satisfying thing, even though it wasn't me that was doing it, was probably those curtains. Cupboards. The cupboards. And the worst part was probably the sink.
So I actually didn't think you were going to say this thing, right? I thought, so this guy has a chest freezer, and there isn't anywhere for it to go, right? And there's 2 big spaces under the bunker for just, a normal fridge and freezer, a small one to go. But this chest freezer just sits in the middle of the kitchen, and you had to keep moving it to get in. And that was really annoying for you. So I thought that might have been what you said.
I think, because the sink, actually made me have to go and stand outside.
Yeah.
And when I was outside, I actually did have like a tear running down my face.
Oh no.
I think that's the only reason that it's trumps that really annoying fridge freezer. Like,
Yeah.
what? I don't know.
That that chest freezer messes with me because it doesn't have a
shouldn't be
home.
there.
It's just in the middle. You know, the kitchen's nice and square, and then you just got this square item right in the middle. You know, if that was me, I'd have it right in the, like, bang on right in the middle with, like, a tablecloth over it, unless I was using it.
So it's like a wee island.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not, because it needs to be plugged in, and yeah, that's it there. I think you guys see Danielle cleaning it a bit earlier on.
Really difficult to clean as well, and even though it looked clean, as soon as it was dry, it looked like it was dirty all over again.
Yeah.
It had that kind of...
I think it was just old and marked, to be honest. We never actually got around to doing the stovetop in this house, which was annoying because it was really dirty and it needed a good clean. So I just did the fridge and the cupboard the cupboard doors, and then those drawers in the corner, you're going to see me doing them in a minute. They were the most satisfying thing that I cleaned. But actually, when I was watching the footage back and editing, my favourite transformation was you clean like some switches on the on the wall, which we'll see coming up. The only thing that annoyed me, and it's probably going to annoy a lot of our viewers, and we'll probably get comments on it, is you didn't unplug. There was a plug and you didn't unplug it, and you just cleaned around it, and I was watching it like, why, Danielle, why do you do this to us?
You know what, I think it's because in my own home I don't unplug it because I know it's not that bad. I just give it a wee clean around it, but I really need to start doing it in other people's home. I need to just go that wee bit, that step better in someone else's house, I think.
You still did a good job. That was my favourite thing to see cleaned, because it really came up well on the camera. You can totally see it going from yellow to white. I mean, to be fair, when I was sweeping the floor, I just swept around stuff. I
also have to admit, I done that in the house I just cleaned yesterday as well.
Am I going to be watching this footage like, Danielle, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Maybe I should just give you back the work phone and you can edit this week's video. In fact, I might do that actually, because I've got another exam on Thursday.
Well, yeah, do that.
So, yeah, and then I've got a night out on Friday. But we're going to need to do the voiceover early next week, actually.
Okay, so if I can kind of get it done by like Wednesday.
Yeah, that would be good.
Okay.
And then I can do the final. Well, you just have to do the raw edit, and then I'll do the final edit. So when I was cleaning these cupboard fronts, some of them actually still had, do you know when you buy something new and it has like a plastic film over it? Some of these still had that on there. So like that cupboard to my left, you don't see me cleaning it because I sprayed it with product, started cleaning it, and then realised it was the plastic film, and I just took it off. Don't shoot me, like that's what you're meant to do with these kind of cupboards. And then Danielle was so gutted that I got to do that and she didn't. Yeah. But then we found another cupboard that still had it on, and she got to do it. Do you want me to do
this? As I'm already taking the plastic off.
Yeah, you were not giving me a chance to do it. And there was a little bit like still on that drawer there. That's what you see me peeling off. But yeah, didn't really do much in this kitchen. For me, the worst thing was probably being like on my knees on the floor. I need to get some of those knee pads that people put on their knees.
When you're like gardening and stuff.
Yeah. Well, I don't know, but I'm just agreeing with you.
Well, you get knee pads for gardening, I know that. Do you know what I always hate cleaning drawers?
Why?
The handles.
You don't like cleaning the handles?
No, it's like
you can screw them off. Just unscrew them. It's a lot of work.
That's a lot of work.
What about those little tiny detail brushes?
Yeah.
Do you use them?
Mm-hmm. Or a toothbrush.
I mean, that is a tiny detail brush.
Yeah.
It's not Dan's toothbrush, is it?
Sometimes.
So I had in my bathroom, when we finished with like old toothbrushes, I was using them for cleaning, but I had to stop that because so I was just leaving them in the cleaning caddy down next to the toilet, where the bathroom cleaning stuff is. But one day my daughter came through holding her old toothbrush and was like, "Why is my toothbrush down there?" And I was like, "No, that's because I hope you not put that in your mouth, because that's had chemicals
she put
on
it in
it."
her mouth?
I don't have a clue if she had or not, but very likely that she had. I just made her drink lots of water. But so now I no longer do that. Old toothbrushes just get disposed of because I cannot risk her doing that again. It was my own fault for leaving it in a visible place that she could get a hold of it.
Yeah, just keep mine in the kitchen sink, under the kitchen sink.
So I only had, to be fair, I'd only used it for cleaning around the chrome taps in my bathroom. But yeah, now I just use an actual detail brush.
Oh, you're fancy now. Coming up in the world. Oh, I'm getting pins and needles in my legs.
Oh, so for anybody that missed our live last week, we were at the office decorating, and we have an idea. We would really like people from around the world who watch our channel to send us postcards with a little message on it for us, and we're going to put up the address. I don't have a PO box, but I mean, our company is registered, so like our business address is visible anyway, so we're going to just put our business address on the channel and maybe in the description, and then you guys, if you want, can send us postcards. Doesn't need to be anything fancy, you know. If it has a picture of like where you live, that would be amazing. And we're going to do a collage on our office wall of just postcards from you guys.
So like your town or your city or something would be quite cool.
But like if you live in Sydney, don't just send, you know, the generic like Sydney, what's the big white thing? Is that the Opera House? No.
I wanted to say Opera House as well, but I don't think it's called. Is it?
If anybody here lives in Sydney or knows the answer to this,
sorry.
yeah, then please let us like educate us. But yeah, don't send us like the really generic ones. If you can get obscure ones, that would be even better.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, you know, if we have like 5 viewers from Sydney, we might get like five
of the same, and we can only choose one. So whoever has the best message on the back. I'm joking.
This is totally foreign to me, watching you do all this different makeup, by the way, because I couldn't even tell you what half this stuff is.
You know, I was actually saying to my friend the other day, I was like, I feel like I don't have a lot of makeup anymore. I mean, used to have such a collection.
Compared to some people, it probably isn't that much, but I mean, compared to me, it's a lot.
So I think next year that's what I'm gonna buy myself.
Makeup.
More makeup. Spoil myself more, since all my money goes on my children.
Yes. Good for you.
Yeah. And maybe like a holiday with some pina coladas, and
they've got coconut in them, don't they? Pina colada.
We can get US on the beach.
Yep. Yeah. I hope I don't have to censor that. It's a drink, guys. Oh. There's one like pub / cocktail bar or whatever that I go to in St Andrews, and on the menu it's called an X on the beach instead. Because they're obviously they're too fancy.
As well, though.
Is it?
Yeah, X on the beach.
Or maybe that's why. But yeah, I just figured, they're too fancy to have a crude word on the menu.
Or it could be that, yeah.
So when I go up to the bar now to ask for drinks, when I want that, I just say X on the beach and they know what I'm talking about. Because then I don't have to like ask a stranger.
Oh.
So, you have a whole box full of eyelashes.
Well, no, it's a kit. But basically, yeah.
So you guys are just like, you can hear ASMR sounds and it's not for the cleaning. It's just Danielle opening boxes. Oh, fancy. You're calling me fancy.
This is the Khloe Kardashian Tatty Lashy kit.
Have you used it before? Is this
I've used Tatty Lashes before, but I only got this one. I'm not a massive Khloe Kardashian fan. Not that I'm not, I'm a hater or that, but...
You all heard it. She's a hater.
But these were what I wanted. They're like a specific, really nice, fluffy, small on the inside, big winged on the outside.
She's talking about eyelashes for anybody that's not keeping up. Because you can't see what she's showing me.
They're what I wanted, so I had to buy that kit for them.
Cool. I had said that, should we just not do the voiceover and release the video today and just do another live, and Danielle can just put her makeup on, because this is all we're doing. We're just sitting chatting with you guys while Danielle puts her makeup on and there's a video playing in the background. So I said, we might as well just go live. But then we thought...
But if you ever want to see me do my makeup, let me know.
She doesn't really do anything fancy, apparently.
I don't. Just normal base and primer. So
we had quite a few new people join our memberships. So thank you for joining. And I just thought we're not very good at like self-promotion. So we normally just we get to the end, panic and be like, okay, do this, this and this, guys. So I just thought I'd slot a little bit in here, we do have 3 membership tiers. The cheapest, the smallest tier, what's
the cheapest?
The lowest. The lowest tier is 99 pence, and that's British pence. So I don't know how much that is in dollars. But yeah, so the cheapest one is 99 pence, and then I think the highest one is like $2.99, and you get different things for each tier, and they have cute names. So if you're the 99 pence tier, you're a haggis hunter. The mid tier, you're an honorary fifer, and the highest tier, you're #Team Fife.
I like how we are not even, either of us are fifers, but
we're honorary fifers also. I mean, at what point can you say, you are,
never.
Is it where you're born, or is it where you grew up? No, I would say I am a fifer, if anybody asked.
If anybody asked me, I'm from Edinburgh, but I live in Fife. That's what I say.
I just say I'm from England. I don't ever specify where I'm from because it's horrible. Sorry if anybody's from there, I'm not going to name it. I probably have done before, but... unless you're a true fan, you'll never know.
And how people are going through the videos has she mentioned it? You maybe get us more views.
If anybody does know where I'm actually originally from, feel free to comment, because it'd be good to know who's #Team Stephanie.
I'm commenting right now.
Don't you dare. Don't you tell anybody.
I'm going to come to work one day wearing a #Team Stephanie t-shirt.
You can't, because then you're going to confuse people. What if they're new to the channel and then they're like, oh, that one must be Stephanie? Because I had originally said, we should wear shirts like #team the other person, but then that might confuse people. And even I have to be #team Danielle now, because you saved my life. What are you looking for?
Well, you don't have to be. I'm looking for glue.
Okay. Is there not glue in the kit?
No, I thought there was, but there's not.
That seems odd.
Bond and seal long-lasting adhesive. Yeah, there is. But where?
What's in this box?
Maybe in there, yeah.
Can't see it for looking. Yep, that's it, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
I don't really like this kind of bunker because it always looks dirty. Like the speckled look.
Yeah.
Even when you clean it, it doesn't look clean.
Ooh.
I did try and cut this video down a bit so it wasn't going to be as long, but I'm not very good at it. It's so difficult trying to cut things out, and then I'm like, but what if you guys wanted to see that? Or I don't know.
You've got to just go for it, and then...
Yeah. Well, it got to a point where I ran out of time anyway, because I sat my exam yesterday. I think it went well, and then I still hadn't edited a video all week because I've just been studying for the exam. So then I just actually edited this video last night, and a little bit this morning, but we're having my daughter's little friend over for a sleepover, and my house is like so messy, and so I was trying to clear the upstairs hallway and tidy my daughter's bedroom and stuff. And then so normally when we do a Christmas photo shoot for the kids, we just put them in their Christmas jammies, but this year the kids' granny wants a photo of them that's not Christmassy, and like I thought, well, okay, so maybe we'll just get them nice coordinating outfits, but then they don't have any nice coordinating outfits, so I had to go and buy some. And then...
Were you doing that this morning?
No, literally, like, before, when I said I'll be 10 minutes before I get to your house, because I was over at the shop.
I've not even seen that.
Oh, well, yeah, I said I'll be 10 minutes, and then I arrived. So yeah, it's just been very, very busy today. And I'm supposed to be resting. But no, I'm feeling a lot better. I've been a bit unwell this week with my stomach.
You do
but
sound better.
yeah,
Like
my
you're not getting
breathing.
so breathless.
Yeah,
So you definitely sound better.
yeah. No, I had 100%. Oh, I always forget to mute my
time,
phone
Steph.
every single time. I'm sorry, guys. You know, ADHD. That's never gonna change. You're gonna need to remind me before we do this to mute it.
I mean, that's asking for a lot, but I'll try.
I don't ask for much, Danielle. Just save my
Just
life and
saving your
remind me
life.
to mute my phone. Hopefully that doesn't go off again. I'm still not going to mute it. Actually, I thought this would be the most satisfying thing for you because you moved.
Oh
Was
no,
it an
that
air
really
fryer?
that really
Or
hurt my
actual-
soul. It
What-
was an
or
air
actual
fryer.
Deep fat fryer?
I think it was an air fryer.
There was loads of grease on the floor when you moved it. And see those 3 switches? That's what I love watching you clean. Oh, here it goes. See, look at this.
Is it the white?
No, it's not even the
Yeah.
wipe. It's just the actual clean part. I mean, also the wipe. But look at how white that goes. Especially compared to the one next to it. And then you do the one next to it as well. And then you do that plug without unplugging it.
Well,
But at least it's
something-
turned off. Often you'll clean them with them turned on. And I'm like, what are you doing? You're hurting
Do you know
my...
what, that plug? I never unplugged that plug. Do you want to know why?
Yes.
Because it was making a crackling noise and I was scared I was going to get electrocuted if I tried to pull it out.
Okay, well, in that case, you are forgiven. But also,
like,
maybe you shouldn't have been, cleaning it if it was crackling.
Yeah, I just thought it's not going to get any worse.
I mean, it could get a lot worse. But yeah,
It
so
didn't smell like fish or anything, so I thought the electrics must be fine.
dodgy electric smell like fish.
Mm. Yeah, do you know what? It's surprising how many people don't know this.
Yeah, I never would have.
So, like, I know for plug sockets, definitely, like, if they've got a weird fishy smell coming from them, it's because there's something wrong. What is wrong with them, I can't actually tell you because I'm not, like, an electrician, but I know that if you have any kind of fish coming from an electrical socket, you should really get that looked at.
So I watched one of the Step Up movies, and they kind of make a video and they go into like their rivals, like frat house or whatever it is, and they put a fish in the vent, and then they don't know, and then like ages later the house like really stinks of fish and stuff. So they're probably just like not realising and thinking they've got an electrical problem, but actually it's because their rivals put a fish in the vent.
So, the first time, it's happened to me twice.
Oh wait, sorry to interrupt you, but we're actually at the end of the
Oh.
video, so
You'll maybe hear the story about my fishy plug sockets next week.
yeah. So these were the rooms that we cleared out but didn't actually record. We couldn't remove that mattress. It was really wet. But yeah, thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, all the usual jargon, and we will see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.